the pressure that comes with having the Eubank name, I've had to deal with it my whole life. So it's not as much now, but it will always be there. I do by lad. My name's Sebastian Eubank, and I'll be fighting on the UAE Warriors on January 31st. Make sure you're there. This is going to be my first fight in the UAE, so I'm looking forward to it. A lot of people know about me in the UAE more as a trainer. A lot of people have been asking when I'm going to make my fighting debut. Everyone thought I was going to be boxing, but it turns out it's going to be MMA. So my whole fighting career has been in the UK. I had about 36 amateur fights. I won some tournaments. I've had 2 professional boxing bouts, and now it's time to step into the octagon. Well, boxing's just been a part of my life since I can remember. Watching my dad fight, seeing my brother fight, he's a professional now as well. And to be honest, it's just in our blood. We've been doing it for a long time. And my brother's definitely helped me, you know, that brotherly competition, brotherly love. So yeah, it's all helped in my fighting ability. I'm still pursuing the boxing, but the MMA is something that made me feel almost fearful. And in my opinion, if you have something that you fear, you tackle it head on. A lot of people are asking, you know, why don't you step in the octagon? And it's just not my territory. But something in me was always like, you know, I'm sure I could do that. You know, I see the training, it's a lot different to the boxing, but I actually feel like this is something that I can step up to the plate and challenge myself with, you know. It's just a challenge for me, and it's growth. I'm always trying to better myself, and I know that my boxing career will only benefit from me fighting MMA. I'm fighting longer rounds. My peripheral vision has to be, you know, wider now. I'm not looking at just punches. I've got to look out for kicks, I've got to look out for takedowns. So all in all, I think it's going to make me a better boxer. I think it's going to make me a better person. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to challenging myself this year and seeing what MMA can do for me. So the pressure that comes with having the Eubank name, I've had to deal with it my whole life. So it's not as much now, but it will always be there. You know, I always feel some sort of pressure, everyone's watching, and I'm kind of the more unknown out of the Eubanks. You know, my brother's taken a lot of the spotlight. He's been a professional for 6-7 years now, so I'm still kind of coming up. But I think that all in all, the pressure makes me actually fight harder. I work well under pressure. That was slightly different, but I still think it would have helped me maybe in front of the camera a little bit, you know, made me a little bit less camera shy, but that was a long time ago as well. I think once you know what you're doing, following a plant-based diet, it's very easy. You know, when people who are eating meat, you know, it's like 5 things. When we're eating plant-based, it's like thousands of things, you know, depending on where you are. But I feel like the plant-based diet has, you know, served me very well, and I see a lot of people transitioning now as well. A lot of athletes are coming over to a plant-based diet, and I'm sure they're feeling the great effects as well. Yeah, training's been great. I've kept roughly to the same schedule that I'm doing for the boxing, except now I'm mixing in just kicks while I'm on the bag and more grappling. So I'm doing some wrestling with some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. I've been at Cobra Gym in Abu Dhabi wrestling with some of their fighters there. And you know, the first time, you know, it kind of shocks the body a bit. You know, you're on the ground grappling for like 45 minutes. You know, the arms get heavy, and then when you stand back up and try and hit the bag, you know, your arms are fatigued. But it's good. Like I said, I feel like that's going to make me a better boxer as well. So I've been enjoying the training for this MMA event, and I look forward to doing more. There might be a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm going to keep it on the feet to begin with. You know, I like to feel out my opponent for the first minute or two, see what they're coming with. But you never know, this is MMA. You never know. It could be over in a minute, we might go the distance, we might be on the floor wrestling, we might get to some ground and pound, might be a submission. All I know is that I'm going to take it to this guy. You know, he better be prepared. Well, I mean, my family members are living in the UK, but they might take a flight out here to experience the UAE Warriors. I would never make a complete switch. I feel like I can do both. You know, they're both the toughest sports that you can participate in. I think the boxing is something where obviously there's a lot of money involved and it's more popular back over in the UK. But here in the UAE, I feel like it's about the same, maybe a little bit more on the MMA side. And I'm based here in the UAE, so I thought, you know, let me be active, a bit more active. If I'm fighting MMA and boxing, I can get some, you know, a good amount of fights in every year. And like I said, just challenge myself and grow. If you're in the UAE and you've been waiting to watch me fight, I'm sure January 31st is going to be a very interesting evening. So make sure you don't miss it. The UAE Warriors, the Alka Lion, is entering the octagon.